Okay, good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular scheduled City Council meeting of Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. Let the record show all councilors are present with the exception of Councilor Jay Hildebrand. At this time, we will do Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time, next we will have our councilors' oath of office. We have 3 elected councilors. Councilor Jennifer Hoffman-Sockman from Ward 3, Councilor Ward 4, Chris Whitney, and Councilor at Large, John Schweiber.
Good evening. I'm going to ask you to recite the oath of office. I'll walk you through it. I'll say I, and you'll state your name, and you can do this all together, and then you can repeat after me. I do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States, State of Minnesota, and to discharge faithfully the duties of the officer of Counselor at Large, of the City of Hibbing, Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability, so help me God. Thank you.
At this time, we'll have Officer Cody Wagner for his oath of office. Cody, if you repeat after me. I, Cody Wagner,
I, Cody Wagner,
having been duly appointed as a police officer
have been duly appointed as a police officer
for the city of Hibbing, do hereby solemnly swear
for the City of Hibbing, do by solemnly swear
that I will defend,
that I will defend,
enforce, and obey
enforce, and obey
the Constitution of the United States and the laws of the state of Minnesota.
the Constitution of the United States and the
Laws
laws
of the state of Minnesota.
of the State of Minnesota.
I will faithfully
I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties as a police officer
the duties as a police officer
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. That's Steve. Congratulations, Cody.
Congratulations.
All right, at this time, we move on to adds and deletes. Adds, consent agenda number 35, department committee reports number 5B. Delete department committee reports number 2A, number 2B, and number 2C. We have approval of the agenda. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved by Councilor Fossil,
Support.
support by Councilor Schweiberger. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, could I get approval? Well, that was approval of the agenda. We'll now move on to reorganizational meeting. I, Mayor Hyduk, do designate acting mayor for 2025 to act in the absence of the mayor when he is not able to be present to perform his official duties, and that would be Councilor Justin Fossil. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Whitney.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Designate the Mesabi Tribune as the official newspaper for city businesses for 2025. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Schweberger. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Designate depositories for 2025. Park State Bank, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo Bank, Security State Bank, National Bank of Commerce, 4M Fund, Wells Fargo Advisors, U.S. Bank Investment Services Incorporated, and Wells Fargo Investment Services. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless.
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We move on to 4, approve the respective depositories designated safekeeping entities. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 5, designate Andy Borland of Selman, Borland, and Simon Law Offices as the City of Hibbing's attorney for 2025. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Set the mayor's contingency fund for 2025 at $5,000 as set forth by the state law. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil,
Support.
support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We move on to appointment of councilors to cities, boards, and committees. Safety Committee, it is Chris Whitney. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Insurance Committee, Counselor J. Hildebrand. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless,
Support.
support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Council Representative to Chisholm-Hibbing Airport Authority, Counselor Jennifer Hoffman-Sockman. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless,
Support.
support by Counselor Schweberger. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Council Representatives to HEDA, Counselor John Schweberger and Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Whitney,
Support.
support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion?
Mayor?
Yes.
Will you be on HEDA
Yes,
again?
I'm
this-
sorry,
Okay, so
I-
you need to add yourself.
Yes.
Okay, and I will include myself, so Counselor John Schweberger, Counselor Hoffman-Sockman, and Mayor Pete Hyduk. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Whitney,
Support.
support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Appoint the mayor and city engineer as the city's weed inspector and assistant weed inspector for 2025 as set forth by state law. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. City clerk, appointment of Sheena Muller as deputy clerk for 2025. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Whitney.
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 10, treasurer's appointment of Aaron Shermer as the deputy treasurer for 2025. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Set bond for the city administrator, city clerk, deputy administrator, and treasurer finance director for 2025 at $500,000. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Counselor Hoffman-Sockman. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 12, set the regular meetings of the Hibbing City Council for the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 5 p.m. in the City Hall Council chambers with exceptions due to scheduling conflicts. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless.
Support.
Support by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 13, set the workshop of the Hibbing City Council following the regular city council meetings which will be held on the first and third Wednesdays of each month in the City Hall council chambers with exceptions due to the scheduling conflicts. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 14, designate the 2025 appointments to Northeast Minnesota Emergency Communications Board and Northeast Regional Advisory Committee. I'll take those in order. Our Regional Advisory Committee would be Fire Chief Eric Jankala, primary, Captain's EMS Director Christy McCormick, alternate. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil. Support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 2, Emergency Communications Board, ECB, James Bayless primarily, Fire Chief Eric Jankla, alternate. Wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Whitney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Radio Users Committee appointment, Captain's EMS Director Christy McCormick primary, Commander Jeff Ronchetti, alternate. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil,
Support.
support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Owner and Operators Committee, Commander Jeff Ronchetti primary, Deputy Chief Tyler Swirlitzer, alternate. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger,
Support.
support by Counselor Bayless. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 17, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support for the Verschwin project in Hibbing, Minnesota. Wishes of the council.
Mayor,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you. You missed a page. It's just stuck to the one before it.
Which one?
You went right into the number 17 of consent agenda.
Okay.
Do you have it?
Oh,
It would be the minutes. Approve the minutes.
okay. Okay, I switched to, all right. 17, 18.
Do you need a copy?
It's- No,
Yes,
he
I
had,
think
you're
I
right
have it
here.
right.
It's right here.
Okay, so we're on to the approval of the minutes.
Correct. Thank
Okay,
you.
sorry about that. So we have approval of the minutes. Let's approve the minutes of the Hibbing City Council meeting of December 18th, 2024. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil. Support
Support.
by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Approve the minutes of the Hibbing City Council workshop of December 18th, 2024. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support?
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 3, approve the minutes of the special Hibbing City Council meeting of December 30th. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Bayless.
Support?
Support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, at this time, we will listen to Ms. Prescott. If you would come forward and give us your important information.
Great. Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council, for having me here tonight. Well, I am here. We are thrilled to let you know that we have some wonderful news regarding our application to Minnesota Housing Finance Agency. As you've all heard by now, the project was awarded just shy of $26 million. This includes more than $3 million in local resources, including the IRRR, HEDA, and the Hibbing HRA. The funding was officially approved at MHFA's December meeting and is one of 13 projects selected for the state funding in its latest round. The funding comes from state sources designated specifically for housing, and our community was fortunate to be selected. The funding represents a significant milestone in achieving what we have set out to do for about 10 years now, when we identified the need and determined a plan to secure outside financing means to address the critical needs of replacing HRA's housing stock at the Greenhaven Apartments. With this resource, the HRA can now move forward with building new, modern, affordable workforce housing units in a new location within our community. As you may recall, Cobb Cook Place will locate on the 4000 block of 5th Avenue West and features 52 units consisting of 13 one-bedrooms, 26 two-bedrooms, 8 three-bedrooms, and 5 four-bedroom units of workforce housing. This is designated to meet the needs of individuals and families. The key amenities will include Energy Star appliances and meeting all green community standards, community spaces including offices, a community room, playground, as well as resident services, ensuring that residents have access to safe, sustainable, and supportive living environments. Once complete, the tenants that are living at the Greenhaven will have the first right of refusal into the new community. Looking ahead over the next 6 months, our development team will reconvene and we will be focusing on the design and site issues, which includes complying with the requirements of federal, state, and local government. The goal is to complete the requirements for closing this fall and begin construction immediately. Construction typically lasts 12 to 14 months. We deeply appreciate the ongoing support and advocacy from the Council and HEDA, which have been instrumental in making this achievement possible. This project exemplifies your commitment to community improvement and your strategic priority of quality housing stock that is affordable and accessible. Also, the Council's willingness to work with us to determine a new location and pivot quickly, enabling us to submit the funding application on time, truly contributed to this success. We will keep you updated as the project progresses through our website, hibbinghra.org. We have added a tab titled HRA News and Events. Also know that the HRA and Center City Housing are currently working on the application for Phase 2 of this development. This will take the final 48 units of public housing at the Greenhaven Apartments and move to a new location. The final step in this community revitalization plan will be to tear down the existing 23 buildings at the Greenhaven Apartments. Thank you once again for your dedication to our community. Together we are making progress and truly making a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jackie, for that information. And from what I understand, we were the only community in this region that received any funding. Is that correct?
That is correct for this funding.
That's great, because I know all the communities up here had applied for it.
Yes, many
And
have.
so I know that's an accolades to you and the outstanding job you did with your staff. And the other thing is, this new complex, it will have a playground as a part of this project?
Correct.
So that would make a second playground area on the west side of Hibbing
Yes.
once completed.
Yes, it will.
All right? Councilors.
Thank you, Jackie, and I think that is definitely worth an applause for 26 million.
Thank
It's
you.
kind of like a late Christmas present.
Yeah,
Very expensive.
yeah, a lot more work to come now, so thank you
Thank you
again.
so much for your presentation.
Thank you, Jackie. Fantastic work, Jackie.
Yep,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, one more time. Okay, we will now move on to consent agenda. 1, approve accounts payable dated December 27, 2024 for checks number 179009 through 179109 in the amount of $1,911,382.75. 2, approve the accounts payable dated January 7th, 2025, checks number 179110 through 179177 in the amount of $2,194,898.94. 3, approve city payroll ending December 27th, 2024 in the amount of $498,372.01. 4, approve the pay equity report, authorize the mayor to sign the pay equity implementation form. 5, authorize a hire Gregory Lifton for full-time city services maintenance pending pre-employment contingencies. 6, approve the facility use agreement with Iron Range Boxing. 8, approve the updated Account 1 job description. 9, approve the updated Accountant 2 job description. 10, approve the Assistant Finance Director job description.
Number 7.
Did I miss 7?
Yep.
Approve the updated Accounting Clerk job description. Approve the updated Account 1 job description. Approve the updated Account 2 job description. Approve the Assistant Finance Director job description. 11, approve the updated Finance Director Treasurer job description. 12, approve the creation and posting of a 1 full-time Accountant 1 position. 13, approve the Memorandum of Understanding MOU between the City of Hibbing and the Minnesota Association of Professional Employees. 14, approve the promotion of Jeffrey Newman to Police Captain 2 effective January 11, 2025. 15, approve the promotion of Jack Matty to police sergeant effective January 15, 2025. 16, approve the mayor to sign a letter of support for Commissioner Mike Jugovich for the Legislative Citizens Commission on Minnesota Resources, LCCMR. 17, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support for the Bergewin project in Hibbing. 18, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support for the Northern St. Louis County Habitat for Humanity grant application. 19, approve the out-of-state travel for 2025 Site Selection Guild Conference to Betsy Olivanti to Orlando, Florida. 20, authorize the Hibbing City Council to attend the Hibbing Area Chamber of Commerce 120th Annual Dinner on Friday, January 24th, 2025 at the Minnesota North College Hibbing campus. 21, approve the 2025 2 a.m. liquor license of BTL Incorporated, DBA's Mike's Pub. 22, approve the 2025 liquor license renewals pending current taxes, utilities, and insurance, which would be 2025 on sale and Sundays, 2025 off sale, 2025 off sale brew pub, 2025 club on sale, 2025 wine on sale, and 2025 3.2 beer on sale and off sale. 23, accept liability coverage as $1.5 million from LMCIT and elect not to waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability established by the Minnesota statutes 466.04. 24, approve the 2025 massage therapy license for Paula Van Balen, Owana Therapeutic Massage, 208 East Howard. 25, approve the 2025 message therapy license of Tani Welch, Owahana Therapeutic Massage, 208 East Howard Street. 26, approve the 2025 massage therapy license of Dina Johnson, Owahana Therapeutic Massage, 208 East Howard Street. 27, approve the raffle permit application of Hibbing Area Chamber of Commerce to hold their raffle at Minnesota North Campus on Friday, January 24th, 2025. 28, approve the raffle permit applications of the Mesaba Concert Association to hold their bingo on Thursday, February 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, 25 at the Hibbing Elks Lodge, number 122. 29, approve the raffle permit application and request of the Hibbing Archery Club to hold their raffle on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 at the Hibbing Archery Club. 30, approve the temporary on-sale liquor license of Hibbing Youth Hockey to have Palmer's dispense alcohol at Mesaba College North on February 1st. 31, set the Hibbing City Council session for Wednesday, January 15th, 2025 at 5 p.m. to discuss the Hibbing Public Safety Building. 32, set the next Hibbing regular City Council meeting for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Hibbing City Hall Council Chambers. 33, set the next Hibbing City Council workshop for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025, following the regular Hibbing City Council meeting at 5 p.m. in the Hibbing City Council Chambers. 34, set the next joint workshop meeting with the Hibbing City Council and the Hibbing School Board for Wednesday, February 5th, 2025 at 3:45 p.m. in the Hibbing City Council Chambers. And lastly, authorize the mayor to sign a letter of support and offer resolution number 25-0105 in support for the street light replacement project. With that being said, wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read and published.
We have a motion by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman,
Support.
support by Councilor Fossil. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to department and committee reports, and City Clerk, Deputy Administrator, Ms. Seppel.
Thank you, Mayor and Councilors. Tonight I bring before you resolution number 25-0101. This would be to reinstate the City of Hibbing's local board powers. We haven't had our local board powers for 4 years, and we want to bring that back so that residents can come to us, to you, to talk about their market value and work with the county directly with that from us.
Very good. Hearing what Ms. Seppel had to say, any questions? Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Councilor Fossil. Any discussion? And we have support by Councilor Bayless. Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andy. We will move through. Ms. Olivanti is not with us tonight, so we'll move on to 3. Finance Director, Treasurer, Ms. Mueller.
Mayor and members of the council, item A, I'm asking for authorization for the mayor and city clerk deputy administrator to sign the facility lease agreement with Arrowhead Transit for lease of garage and office space. We recently approved a use agreement, but after meeting with MMB, they had some revisions that were required to the use agreement in order for Arrowhead to temporarily operate out of our facility for 2025. So since it didn't meet the checklist requirements, the amendments that they requested were to remove the word amendment at the top. The rent charge cannot exceed the costs, so we had to reduce the rent to $750. They wanted us to delete references that spoke to disposing of the facility. They were required a statutory change regarding lease authority. Arrowhead also needs to provide us with their budgets, and then MMB requires a reconciliation of revenues and expenses, and then the utilities and taxes would be paid to us through the rent versus them paying them directly. So with those amendments to the agreement, I'm asking for council to approve the new use agreement.
Very good. Hearing what Ms. Muller had to say, wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Sheena.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll move on to City Service Director, Mr. Rolla.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Tonight, first item on the agenda for me, looking to approve construction documents for the Carey Lake Campground and authorization to go out for bid. We've worked the last year here in finalizing most of the design, and we're ready to get that out to the prospective bidders and get that process going and see where prices come in at, and hopefully favorably, and we can get construction started as soon as the spring. So with that, I'll hand it over to Andrea and Pete from Bar Engineering.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us here
Yep.
on this chilly night without snow, unfortunately.
doubt.
We're here to talk to you about your favorite park here in town, which usually features skiing, but we're talking to you about the enhancement of that to add the campground features. So the campground design features a number of RV sites, 28 new RV sites, 2 88 tenting sites, and then some one host site, and some group sites as well, too, a three-ped group site. So this will feature all the new amenities, bells and whistles of an RV site, and then also provide you with some revenue stream. I don't want to go into the weeds too much on design, but we've got this sited out there. Currently, there's been some clearing and grubbing done to get ahead of this, and then we also have well drilling ongoing as well, too. And then SSTS, or the subsurface treatment system, is also under design as of right now as well, too. So this is the last component to actually build that out. And then this will feature also a shower and bath building, 4-season, that will service that, as well as service the ski community that hopefully we'll get a chance to ski later this year. Not at this facility, obviously, but hopefully next year this will be up and running. So what we're looking for is approval to put this out to bid here. And we've got the big document is actually only the first section of many sections of these specifications that we need. But the long and the short of it is we're looking to do about a 4-week bid period starting on Monday here. This will involve, if this is approved, we'll put an advertisement out for bid and then do this as an online bidding. So that's what we're looking to do with this. Oops, sorry. Knock your stuff over there, sorry. And then this will come back and we'll have this in the early February meeting then for you to look at the bids. So anything that you guys want to add or questions?
Nope.
Questions?
Counselors, you heard any questions at this point before I ask for motion? All right. At this point then, we're looking for a motion to approve construction documents for the new Carey Lake Campground and authorization to go out for bids. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Fossil,
Support.
supported by Counselor Schweberger. Any questions? I do have, you said just earlier that, and I was out there a few times, so I know grubbing's occurring. Is that all that's occurring this fall, is just some grubbing and clearing?
Clearing and grubbing, and then the well drilling, we had to get ahead of the clearing and grubbing to make access for the well drilling.
Okay.
And then the SSTS, potentially, they may get started on, but I'd be surprised, especially, you can't really do a lot of that during the frozen ground conditions. So.
Okay, but they're looking at possibly well drilling yet this year?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that can be done anytime.
Correct.
Very good, that's all I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you so much for your presentations.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll approve the community project request of Light After Loss Minnesota and Bereaved Mothers Group to create a memorial in Sargent Park.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, Council. So city staff and our project selection team have been able to work with this group for the last few months here to kind of nail down some of the details on it. But the Light After Loss Minnesota and the Bereaved Mothers Group, in partnership with the city, is requesting a portion of Sargent Park along 11th Avenue East with the hopes of fundraising to develop a memorial for families who have experienced pregnancy, infant, and child loss. The project plans to include the Angel of Hope statue as the centerpiece, and then a memorial wall around the backside, as well as future walking paths and benches within the park. City staff, again, we've discussed internally about this, gone back and forth with them with some of our concerns and location, and we invited them in a few weeks back before Christmas and sat down and talked through a lot of these details. And since that, we've got a better understanding of what it entails, and you know, we really think this is gonna enhance that park. It's more of a passive neighborhood park anyway, and it's a good setting for this type of a project and to inject a little life into that park that really hasn't had much going on in it in recent years. So if approved tonight, this would really kind of kickstart that fundraising effort for them. This would be 100% fundraised by the group. And the city would still be the manager of the project. Everything would funnel through us. We'd be the financial gatekeeper of the project and everything. But this would allow them to start getting those concept plans, working with the architect, engineer to move forward with the design. So again, we really believe this is a good project for that park, and just looking for your approval to move forward and dedicate that portion of that park for this project. So I'll stand for questions, and we have many supporters in the audience here. I thank them for coming and working with them. Look forward to working with them on this project all the way through. So, any questions?
Yes.
Nick, which portion of the park are we looking at for the actual monument?
We haven't quite decided the exact portion of it. That'll happen in design, but you know, probably more in the center of it. You know, as a focal point of that park, with paths and things leading towards the front of it. Probably not too far off the main road, so it's visible, but we're not exactly sure on the exact location.
Okay, I just give a recommendation if we could get ahead of the trees on that property first.
Yep.
There's a lot of big branches come down. It's right across the street from my house, so you know, we see those big branches laying there, so we can address those before that construction happens for that. That'd be a good look, but it's a welcome piece to the neighborhood. So.
Good to hear.
Hearing what Mr. Rolla had to say, wishes of the council.
I'll make the motion to approve.
We have a motion by Councilor Bayless.
Support.
Support by Councilor Hoffman-Sockman and Councilor Fawcett. Either way. It's an important item, so I'm glad we had a little support there. Any discussion? Nick, the group is here. What is our time frame? I mean, what are we looking at? Because you said we're ground floor, we're looking at fundraising. Before, I do want to say one thing. I do have contingency fund, which I can use at my discretion, and I would like to give 500 towards the start of this project because I do believe in it. I think it means a lot, so you would need to reach out to Ms. Sepala with the request, and I will gladly sign off with that.
Great, thank you, Mayor.
Yep.
You know, we really haven't nailed down that that detail of timeline. I know they want to start fundraising. They couldn't
Okay.
really move forward with that until they had a plot of land to use. So now that'll really amp up. I know they have their convention and whatnot coming up, or their banquet, I should say, and that's really probably going to be their kickoff for their fundraising. And it just depends on how the funds roll in, and we'll get into design as soon as we can. So
Very good.
Mayor,
Yes, Councilor Schlepper.
I'll be abstaining from this vote.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. See, Mr. Roa.
C, looking for your approval tonight on the Hibbing Speedway lease revitalization and race event agreement with XR Events. We've had a chance to sit down with Barry, Jenny, and Alex from XR Events to talk about a new agreement and lease moving forward to running the track. And we believe we've come up with a good, a combination of a good mix between what they want, what we want as a city. The term of the lease should be 60 months. It'll be a 5-year agreement with a two additional 1-year renewals. We'd start this immediately. XR and the city of Hibbing have some minimum levels spelled out in there for capital contributions. It'd be $50,000 each for both the city and for XR to put back into the facility. And we've also kind of changed how we did our rent from the past. In the past, it was just a flat fee that kind of stayed the same for many years. And now we want to go towards more of a per ticket sale fee. So we get X amount per ticket sold per event. So that I kind of gave you a little breakdown in the separate handout I had on the table up there of what it looks like over the next 5 to 7 years with that. So, and again, 5-year lease, because I think it's showing good commitment on the city's faith that, hey, we want you here for the long term. We're not going to pull the rug out from under you. You know, we want you here long term, and it's a commitment of them that they're going to be here long term too for 5 years. So, and hopefully by then we're renegotiating a contract and everything goes well. But it's not a one and done type of scenario. So we know there's going to be a lot of work out there to do and bigger dollar amount improvements down the line, but at least we have some minimum levels of what we're going to put forward towards it and what they're going to put forward towards it. So I'll stand for questions, but otherwise I'd look for your approval to move forward with that contract.
Yes.
Thank you for the overview of the contract. In reading the contract, I think it's important that the community is aware that, if I'm reading this correctly, that XR will make a minimum investment of $50,000, with that being $10,000 per lease year for this raceway, which really shows their financial commitment as well.
Yep, absolutely. That is a commitment on their end. And then, yes, the city will match that as well, too. So, and then hopefully our plan is, again, to multiply that again, get another outside funding to match that, to triple it. So that's our goal.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Hearing what Mr. Rolla had to say, wishes of the council, we need a motion.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Councilor Fossil,
Support.
support by Councilor Bayless. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we move on to number 5, City Attorney, Mr. Andy Borland.
Mayor, members of the council, within your packet this evening is resolution number 250104, authorizing the Hibbing animal intake to be located at 11215 Highway 37 here in Hibbing. As you know, that recently the RRAR, which was operating the shelter, lost their license, but we do need a facility, a place for animals that the police department or our community service officers obtain, and a place to keep them. In Ms. Seppala's conversations with the state, we needed a resolution to designate a particular facility or spot for that. an intake or pound. And that's the way the resolution is worded here. We're simply designating this as an intake or pound, but only for those animals that are, that our police department and or our community service officers obtain through their duties. So that's what, for your consideration this evening.
Very good. Hearing what Mr. Borland had to say.
Motion,
Wishes of the council.
motion approved.
Motion approved by Counselor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Counselor Whitney. Any other discussion or any discussion?
I
Yes.
just had a quick
Counselor
question on
Fossil.
that. So if we designate this as an intake, there's no issues with us because the current animals board there cannot take in animals in that location. Is there anything that's going to stop us from doing that same thing?
So we can only designate it as a pound, and because I think there's an issue of the city wanting to take a broader commitment than just this. We have an obligation to be able to house animals that we obtain. But at this point in time, the city hasn't determined that they want to take a full-time commitment, that the city would become a shelter in and of itself. So this is just, we have an obligation to those animals, but not necessarily anything else. And they're not going to take animals from, say, you or I, if we show up with our animals we found them. We're not taking those. It's only through law enforcement or the community service officer. So it's somewhat of it's meeting our legal obligation with regard to those animals at this point in time without obligating the city to get it into a broader area until things are determined as to where we'll be going in the future, where the city will, or other places that might want to start a shelter sometime in the future.
I guess one more question to that. Because the current one has lost its license for different reasons, that doesn't, I mean, we can still hold animals there. The animals will be safe, I guess is what I'm saying.
Per my discussion with Sepla, the city's operating this facility for this time, and it will be safe to be operated by the city at this point in time.
Thank you.
Hearing what Mr. Borland had to say, and answering Mr. Fossil's question. Any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Andy. B.
Mayor, members of the council, at the last council meeting, we had brought forward the I'll use the term cannabis ordinance, and there were some concerns raised by some of the councilors with regard to one particular section of the proposed ordinance, and that was really the way I wrote it based on how the county had written theirs. It was limiting the number of retail cannabis franchises you could have here in our community. And so by the concerns raised by the council, those caps have been taken off by the way I revised it. And I think, I believe it's on page 2, section 4 is where that is. So the same, everything else remained, I rewrote as the same. It's just that though there is no limit on the number, assuming that the state gets ahead and starts issuing these, the way I wrote it was per the councilor's concerns. There is no limit now on the number that could be issued here in Hibbing for the proposed ordinance. So it's here for your consideration this evening. This particular draft has been posted for the requisite number of days. I think it was posted on December 27th, so we meet the 10-day threshold that we have to for each of our ordinances. So it's here for your consideration this evening.
All right, hearing what Mr. Borland had to say regarding this adoption. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schweberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Bayless. Any discussion?
Mayor?
Yes.
Andy, like, I would imagine, like, I mean, the way the state rolled out all these cannabis laws was kind of dumped all the responsibilities on municipalities. Not that I foresee 50 dispensaries or retail cannabis places opening up, but like we have a cap on liquor licenses, right?
Yes, by statute, the city only gets so many.
I mean, if it becomes an issue, is this something that could be modified, like to cap these licenses?
It could, if the council determines that they want to put a cap on it, you just couldn't So if you've already got 15, I don't think you could say, we're only having 10 now, because then you just legislated somebody out of business. But if you saw what you raised as a concern, there's more than you think is necessary, then yes, you could always modify this ordinance in the future. You just couldn't legislate somebody out of business.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yes, Counselor.
So, help me understand this. So if there is a cannabis shop, store, right, already established, and within 500 feet, somebody wants to have a daycare, that daycare cannot go there then, is that correct? Because that business was there first and established, or how does that work?
So I haven't researched that point, but that would make sense to me, Councilor Alphonse-Ackerman, because you couldn't legislate the business that already was established there if they were within 500 feet, or I know that there's two specific restrictions about schools and playgrounds and so forth, and daycares, so, but yes, you'd have to pay attention as to where you want to establish it based on where those businesses are located.
So whose responsibility will that be? Because sometimes businesses open up without coming to the council, or we might not even be aware of that.
So the way the ordinance is written, it's really a prohibition against the cannabis business being there, being within that, but at the same time, if someone chose to open a daycare, I think the city would probably just have to track that which came first. Would we necessarily agree that the daycare couldn't be there? That's up to you guys to decide that. But we wouldn't be saying to the cannabis business that was already there, oh, you're out of business now.
Right.
So I don't necessarily know that you couldn't have the daycare there, but I think it's just which came first.
Okay.
If you chose to place your daycare that close to a cannabis, you're taking that risk, or so to speak, or taking that gamble. I don't necessarily know that. I mean, it's something I haven't talked to Mr. Green about, because they aren't even issuing these licenses yet because of some of the holdups with court and so forth with regard to the whole cannabis board getting established yet. But
Okay.
hadn't thought that much about it, but it would make no sense to drive the cannabis business out of business, and you aren't necessarily writing it to prohibit daycares. It's to prohibit cannabis from being close to them.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion for Mr. Burling? Okay, at this time, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Mayor.
We move on to Mr. Krasinski.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, one item from my office this evening. I know the City Council is well aware of this, so mostly for our residents at home. So tonight we will start broadcasting live our workshops, also known as Committee of the Whole. I know there's been some of our residents that like to engage with the City Council through the HPAT system. So just want to remind our citizens that our workshops will be broadcast live and rebroadcast along the way. But I know there's going to be a changeover coming up here shortly, and be patient with us as we transition from one meeting to the next, but we will be broadcasting live this evening. So little FYI for our people and for our City Council, so thank you.
Very good. And I just have one announcement, and it's really update on closed session regarding Mr. Krasinski's evaluation. On Wednesday, December 18th, 2024, the Hibbing City Council met with Mr. Krasinski in closed session to discuss his achievements, performances, and work plan. That is my statement for tonight. And we move on to bids and quotes. City Engineer, Mr. Story.
Mayor, Council, I'm asking for council approval to purchase 427 95-gallon garbage cans from McLean Equipment in the amount of $34,044. This is a budgeted item for 2025, and I'm asking for approval.
Okay, Mr. Story is looking for a purchase to approve new refuse carts. Wishes of the council.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Councilor Schleiberger.
Support.
Support by Councilor Whitney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Move on to Fleet Manager, Mr. McKinney. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Tonight, we're bringing a Komatsu wheel loader for approval. This is a 2025 budgeted item. Mr. Story touched on this at the last working session. We were able to save just under 26,000 by getting it in the works before January 1. So kept it under budget, and we were looking for approval for a Komatsu wheel loader to RMS in the amount of $306,167.36.
Okay, hearing what Mr. McKinney had to say, wishes of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Counselor Hoffman Sockman,
Support.
support by Counselor Fossil. Any discussion? Joe, and I think I asked Jesse this before, this handles all our equipment, our new snow blowers, everything. So
Yep.
this is,
one of the bigger ones. We are replacing our 1985 cat
Okay,
wheel loader,
good.
so, and we will be surplusing that, so.
very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Joe. We move on to boards and commission. Housing and Redevelopment Authority, and that is to appoint Tammy Wastrad as the resident commissioner for the period of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028. Wishes of the council.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Counselor Whitney,
Support.
support by Counselor Hoffman Sockman. Any discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
the commission actually, her period of time goes through 2029. It's a 5-year commitment, I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's not 2028?
Nope.
So I will note that correction
Thank you.
through December 2020, January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2029.
Thank you.
Okay, duly noted. That being said, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, I'll look for adjournment.
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Bayless.
Support.
Support by Counselor Schweberger. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.